Hey, it's Nintendo Sonyfanshow 2011 here, aka MannyTendoWolverine. You guys are wrestling trends towards this channel. On my Twitter, Instagram, be shoot right on any other social media platforms that you guys can think of. I don't got any extra things to talk about today except playing this beautiful old school PS2, PS3 era Jak Daxtar shit. You know why? Because of this. Naughtydog wishes it was working on the Jak Daxtar game. And he says a bunch of fans on Twitter, some of them they really want it. Jak Daxtar like remake remaster, which I would. I mean, they kept it up with Ratchet and Clank for so many years. Another one I would love to see freaking come out was either Sly Cooper or the other one, Croc. I know that's never probably gonna happen, but I'll read this one first. I was gonna read on Games Radar, but I know there's always a lot of lag on that site for me. This computer's old as shit, by the way. It's from 2009. But I still had to get it updated since from April 16th, 9 hours ago. This is super recent. Okay, from today. Unless I put it tomorrow, I don't know. Nintendo seems to be placing its Labo merchandise on ice, although the corporate could also be attempting a pivoted VR scene as a replacement. Nintendo Labo, loved by a modest quantity of affection. I'll still leave the Games Radar article if you want to check that out yourself. It actually has more better pictures than this shit. Let's move on. Modest quantity of affection, launching in a couple of years in the past. With the Toys to Life creativity inspiring the players to make their very own cardboard add-ons like precise train bikes for enjoying Mario Kart. Labos, I haven't talked about the Labos since like 2019. It's been a while. Let's move on. Labo stars could also be on the decline nonetheless, judging by little by little bit on the online reshuffling the corporates have performed with numerous devoted websites. Nintendo has all the time to penchant, hopefully I'm saying that right, for an astonishing game for the neighborhood with bizarre modern ideas with the decidedly blended and successful fees. When they hit their Labo, hopefully I'm saying that right, laborious, such as because of the successfulness of the unconventional consoles like Switch or the Wii, every of which spearheaded his personal revolution in hybrid gaming and movement controls respectively. Nintendo has additionally had a couple of excessive profiles misses together, such as the Wii U and more, on disastrous and notorious Virtual Boy. Oh, I don't remember it that well. I was like 4, 5, 6 years old. That came out in the mid-late 90s, but I ended up failing real bad, which sucked. Nintendo's additionally, I just read that. Nintendo Labo seems to be taking a seat in some place within the center, promoting over 1 million items its first year, however, seeing its reputation by step-downing on its meantime. It also appears that Nintendo might need to determine to drag the plug 3 years after its first launch. Also goes on to say, and I guess there's pictures of it didn't show it. The official North America website for Labo redirects to the location's webpage for Labo's VR set, prompting many investigations implying the start of the tip of Nintendo's cardboard building craze. It definitely has no affirmation that the corporate are planning to discontinue the product. However, the truth of the location now talks about the VRs that does recommend its place with Nintendo's desires to focus sooner and later, regardless. Earlier claims of the former Nintendo of America president, Mr. Reggie Fils-Aimé, I just talked about it in my reaction video. Probably just going to read it up to here. You guys can read the rest of that in your own time. It needs to be famous on that Nintendo's website within the UK and different European nations nonetheless ship customers in the primary Labo webpage, regardless of most. Point out that the Labo aside from its Toy-Con VR, remember the Toy-Con show? Equipment being scrubbed from the US websites, whether or not means the corporate's plan for Labo has not been but rolled out worldwide, and the Labo will get the pleasure from a barely prolonged lifespan throughout the Atlantic through. It's tough to say at this level. However, any European hopefully I'm saying this right, desirous to now be final Labo equipment earlier than the potential finish comes out most likely achieve this quickly. Still, maybe the VR will step in to fill this hole. While nonetheless, the troublesome promotes of a lot of shoppers. VR is known how to come on a leaps and bounds within a final number of years and is providing an attractive idea maybe. The designers, even older video gamers, are actually being remade in VR. Just like the much beloved Resident Evil 4 is an introduction to yesterday's Resident Evil showcase occasion. I just did a reaction. Yeah, so overall thoughts and opinions. I don't know if it's going to fail, if it's going to pass or succeed. I don't know. I guess if they're taking all these websites down for the Labo, I don't know if they're ever going to do it ever again for the Switch Pro whenever that comes out. Maybe another year, 2.5 more years. My personal opinion might be 2023, the year after. 2022, which is the year after next. That's what I think they're probably going to do it for the Labo. I don't have really too much to say, but there's that. I was going to talk about this last, but I want to talk about it first since I'm playing the Jak Daxtar shit and music in the back. Naughtydog wishes working in new Jak Daxtar games comes from Lee and Croft. I haven't read from Push Square in maybe a month or two, more or less. So it goes on to say, what will the next game for The Last of Us and Uncharted Studios be for Naughtydog, I guess? Probably not a new entry in the classic Jak Daxtar franchise, but co-president Evan Wells wishes it would be. I know, I don't blame him for that shit, but let's move on. I got old school nostalgia for that shit, but let's continue. Speaking alongside Insomniac Games, TedPrice during an episode of Game Maker's Notebook and series and picked up by the VGC, I guess Video Games Chronicles, I think that's where that's from. The two chat about whether or not the request from a new Jak Daxtar title is not received at all. Evan Wells says, quote, we had a couple of Twitter campaigns, I'm not surprised, where people have come to us by tweeting every single day saying, I want a new Jak Daxtar, I want a new Jak Daxtar, unquote, quote unquote. And there aren't just simply 280 character tweets. They have Photoshop memes and everything that included on a daily basis, and efforts have been got to be significant. However, unfortunately, those committed fans, well, categorically rules of the new game for Naughtydog, and quote, I hate to break it to them, but we do not have a Jak Daxtar here in development right now. Once again, it's a steel kick in the nuts for me with a freaking brass knuckle, because that hurts like hell. No, there's not going to be no one like that. Maybe another 10, 11 years from now, I'm in my fucking 40s by then. Holy shit, I'm the ancient. But it is what it is. Let's move on. But the co-president states that studio still got a lot of love for the two protagonists, and then compares them to the Insomniac Games owner Ratchet and Clank duo. Yeah, they've been successful shit with that, Insomniac. It's got to give big ups to them, but let's move on. It says, quote, we still do love our characters, and I see why you guys at Insomniac are doing with Ratchet and Clank. That makes me wish that we did. And we would love to see that in development one day because there's still a lot of love for Jak Daxtar Studio. I hope there is. So it says, also goes on to say, of course, very recently the rumors point towards that Naughty Dog remaking The Last of Us. Last of Us 2 ended up being a shit show there. I didn't play it, but I seen a lot of gameplay for it. That is fucking nasty, hot garbage, personally. It killed the original character, man. I can't believe they killed Joel, man. You know, there's a lot of memes from it last year. That was a bitch. Well, let's move on. Instead of returning to one of its classic franchises, we also have assumed that a new IP works alongside a multiplayer spin-off of this Last of Us factions. Hands of the developer have been urged to stay patient. This is quotes several cool things, unquote, and said to be in production. Would you rather have the new Jak Daxtar game instead of these other speculated projects? Share your thoughts and comments below. Obviously, overall thoughts and opinions. I was a hardcore Jak Daxtar fan. I think in the first 2 years I was living out here in Vegas, right after I moved from upstate New York at the time, I had so many nostalgia things. I used to play with one of my neighbors, like friends or whatever. They were same age as me, they were a year younger. We used to go to middle school together all the time. We used to always play the Jak Daxtar 2. And then Jak 3. We had so much fucking fun in the multiplayer thing. And then Jak X, I played a little bit of it. That's when I was like, I think my freshman, sophomore in high school. I think 2004 or 05. Man, I had so much fun playing all the freaking things. I used to take out all these freaking NPCs out like nothing. I was just straight out a boss. I was a beast, as I used to say in the mid-late 2000s. Early mid-2000s. I don't know. Some really good, beautiful memories out of it. The music in the background, you can tell, is beautiful, sexy soundtrack. Bunch of waifu elf-looking girls in there, too. I loved it. The overworld environment was exactly the same people that were in the Crash Bandicoot series. Ain't the same developers that made the overworld nature environments and technology things. Might have been the same ones that made Crash 1, 2, and 3. And let's get on to the last one. I'm not going to read this whole entire article. It's extremely long. It's freaking crap, man, honestly. I don't know how people read this whole entire thing, but it's from Dextero, which I'm not surprised. It says, Dr.Disrespect. Why Dr.Disrespect was banned in the United States comes from Brett Coep. This is from January 30th, 2021. I thought it was from before. It said, what is Doc going on to now? All right, I'm not going to read any of that. He got banned from Twitch. Dr. Disrespect repost. There's all this shit. This is old. I remember when Twitch was reacting to this. As reports, I'm going to read it from here maybe. As reports began to come out, the allegedly streamers banned from Twitch was permanently Beams. Close friend collaborated Tim the Tapman Berdick. Reacted during the news on a live broadcast. Of course he did, because they got to get those clicks and views. Got to get their fucking coin, get the bag, as these silly kids say, but it is what it is. Also goes on to say, while I was talking to Doc, all he said, what he said. And then this is what that dude said. Let's move on. I'm still going to just skip a few of the tweets. I don't care for those. So also goes on to say, Twitch refund Dr.Disrespect subscription. I never knew that happened. Well, I missed that. Hours after the two-time champion has been banned, viewers began to report that Twitch had refunded their subscription for the channel as well as his emotes for the platform. This is old as heck. Mrs. Assassin speaks out and thanks for... Oh, I never knew this was a thing too last year. Wow. Dr.Disrespect, known as Mrs. Assassin, spoke out thoroughly through an Instagram story in late June 26th, thanking the fans for their, quote, love, support, strength, and kindness, unquote. While the letter didn't receive anything further, it was the first time anyone ever heard of Doc's camp. Mrs. Assassin also been factioned as a character during the live streams, of course. Doc's latest stream, okay. Oh, this is what I wanted to read. Alright, Doc went live for his first YouTube stream on August 5th, which was last year. This is a while ago. It was almost a year old. But didn't actually say anything in his own face. Instead of just playing seamlessly random second bits. I didn't know that's what you call it. Random sound bites of himself static in the backdrop of his graphics. Next day, August 7th, he went actually live for the first time on YouTube. 500k views. Holy shit. I didn't know that. Clearly showing that he had what it took to pull the people in, despite the ban. Since then, that's what he's been doing. What he's been doing today. Okay, then this is new. If you're reading this, that means that Doc is still banned on Twitch and continues to stream in a Champions Club. I don't know why I did that. The Champions Club, of course. On YouTube, while the two-timer hasn't been given an exact reason for his ban, he has hinted that he had a significant amount of money and was set to receive his multi-year deal to the site. It says, quote, imagine the Navy going and getting rid of you just out of nowhere, Doc told the viewers September 2020. I didn't know that. And I'm bringing the new cadets, but because you know what they say, man. And even though he's gone to Master Chief, that's a big deal. Huge salary. At this point, it doesn't seem like Doc is heading back to Twitch anytime soon. Hopefully, we get the full story of why he was banned in the first place, sooner rather than later. Oh, this was the one. Tip Tapman claims that they might not let him play with Dr.Disrespect. That really sucked, man. Alright, according to Twitch's moderation safety, as a banned user's appeals to the third party, channel will be suspended and could cause a case of banned channels. The ban of the channels they appear in. However, this may extend to those trying to play off with Doc off stream too. During an April 14th broadcast, Tim Tapman asked a viewer about what the possibility of teaming up with Dr.Disrespect or Doc on his own time. He says, I guess it's the Tim the Tapman said this, I don't know. Have you ever been considered to play with Doc in the stream? The fans asked. It would be a banger. Yeah, so overall thoughts, minutes. I guess he was the last one to be in contact with Dr.Disrespect. The dude has millions and millions of dollars. The dude's okay. He's set for life. The Doc, some people hate him. Some people love him. It is what it is. I don't care too much about the dude, but I don't hate the dude to like a certain core degree. The dude's still going to have a shitload of money. I don't know if he'll ever give a crap about his subscribers and his fans or not, but it is what it is. It's all going to say when I'm out here. Links down below. I'm done. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, rose, women, and boys and fangirls. It's Hakas Niku Modis. See you when I see you guys today. Have a good night. We're in here out there. Stay tuned for your constant channel, getting video industry news, and your mom news, internet news, Twitter picture, Twitch feed, drama news like this one, of course, reaction videos, and that's it. Peace out on this outcrowd, ladies and bye. I'll see you epic people, awesome people, on absolute flip side. Goodbye. I'm gone.